What's going on, you guys? I'm coming back at you with another haircut tutorial. I'm about to give this guy a mid fade, a little papi chulo combover. Gonna have this man looking right in no time. A lot of people like to start off with the fade first and get to the top last, but I'm actually gonna cut the hair on top first. And this is the method that I do on most of my clients. I like to wet the hair, wet it all around just to see how my hair is flowing. Do I have any cowlicks? Do I have any bumps that I might have to work around on the back of someone's head, on the side? You know, like, it's good to wet the hair, see what you're working with, and then go from there. So right here, I'm about to shear over comb this part right here. I really just have to cut the tips. It's already pretty short, but you know, getting it done. Now when I wet his hair, I combed everything to how it wants to flow. So you can see I already parted the cowlick. You know, you got your big cowlick right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with that. And it's important, as when you pull back, you want your fingers to be 90 degrees upwards. You don't wanna indent it in, because then you could cut too much. So it's important 90 degrees to get that perfect angle and to have everything perfectly even. Now, as I grab my next guideline, I could see where I left off from the previous guideline. So that's the best way to keep it even, is to just follow the guideline from the previous cut. That 90 degrees is very important. If you go 45, then you know you can cut the cowlick too much and it'll make the hair stick out. Remember guys, we want to keep these cowlicks. You don't want to give them a 2.5 or a 3 all the way up. You know, it's tacky and it's a real bicep look. So it's important to preserve these cowlicks on basically every hedge that you cut. No crown snatching, no crown snatching. I learned this at a show in Vegas. They said if a king never takes off his crown, so why would you cut it off your client? Now, as I get to the top, for my first guideline, I'm going to make a vertical line all the way across, starting from the right side. Keep the right angle on this too. As you get to the front of the head, you have to make sure to keep the front of the hairs just as long. So the angling is very important, or else the front will be cut too short. So that's gonna be my guideline for the entire head. And now I'm gonna do guidelines horizontally, and I'm just gonna follow the first vertical guideline that I did. Round off the hair also based off of the client's head shape. Every head is shaped different, so you're not going to cut each head the same. That's in guidelines and even in shear work. And these guidelines have to be just as accurate as the guidelines on your fades if you want a good trim, a good even trim on top. Each guideline is no thicker than your comb. Now that I've finished with the top, I'm gonna use my Dyson blow dryer to dry the head. This is why I like cutting the hair first, because you know, now it's styled, so I get a cut around it. It's gonna be on full power and it's gonna be on medium heat. Moving the cowlick to where it wants to go. I'm not forcing it to go anywhere it doesn't want to. Can't fight it. Now I start the balling with my wall detailers. Remember, we're gonna preserve that cowlick, so we're gonna give them a drop on the back. And this is what I'm gonna do for most of my heads. You know, you don't wanna give a high fade on the back, because you always wanna preserve that cowlick. My client asked for a mid fade, so you know that's what he's getting. Up next is my wall seniors, my wall cordless seniors. This guideline is going to be with the lever half open. Not all the way open, not all the way closed, right in the middle. And this is just a skip method. I like to cut this way just to make my blends a lot quicker. But you know, if you're still practicing, you're not wrong for doing it all the way open. Here I'm just cleaning up the first line with my detailers. My next line is a 1.5. This is gonna be a big line, probably about 1 inch on this haircut. I go up about 1 inch and then I work my way down. So, but as you see, like, look how clear and like perfect my guideline is. You need your guidelines to be perfectly even all around if you want that perfect blend. So now I'm just working my way down with my 1/8 guard. This is a 1. I'm gonna work my way down, and when it's not cutting no more, I'm gonna bring it even lower to a half. This is a 1/16 guard, and then I'm gonna clean it up completely. See, boom, guideline's gone. Now I got a big chunk. What do I do? About to bring my thinning shears, texturizing shears, and with my texturizing shears, it's just gonna clean up that whole bulk right there. I really recommend you guys use some texturing shears or some thinning shears. You know, it'll get the job done, and it keeps that blend real tight because it keeps everything real close. Boom, fade's done. That shit look butter. I ain't even ball it yet. So I'm about to do the same method on the other side. I'm kind of gonna run through this part because you know it's the same thing on the other side. You might have to go a little lower on this side though, just because the part isn't there. So you gotta cut it slightly different, but you still want it to be even. But you know, you gotta work around all these kind of things. Here I use my thinning shears to bring out all that bulk right there. You want everything to connect perfectly. You don't want none overlapping. You don't want none to be darker than everything else. You know, like the top is real important when you want a good haircut to come out. It's just as important as the sides. Serve my corners last. I like to keep it dark, so I come to it last, and I detail right on that corner. You can see I use just maybe like 2 teeth of the blades right there with the corner. Detailing, boom, gone. And right here, you know, it's overlapping. It's sitting over. So this is what I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna set a part right there, right where I see it. You can go back and see where the hair was sitting, but from there, you know, I'm gonna cut the hair at 90 degrees. So I'm gonna do one diagonal section, and then I'm gonna bring the hair down to 90 degrees, same thing. And I'm gonna cut it straight across. Now when I get to the front, it's gonna be more of a 45-degree angle because you wanna preserve that front as much as you can. So, you know, I boom, like more of a real 45-degree angle just to preserve it as much as I can. You can see it's all connected. Nothing's overlapping. What happens when he gets out the shower or when he doesn't have product on that day, it's gonna look uneven. So you want the haircut to look good without product too, feel me? So, you know, you see this cowlick right here, you wanna preserve all of that. All of that needs to be dark. You don't want to cut that. So your blend basically has to be under that. Same thing, same method as I did to the sides. I'm gonna go halfway open, then I'm gonna do a 2, bring the darkness down a little bit just so I can see a little better, and work my way down from there. You don't have to go past that dark line right there. So all of that, just bringing it down with the thinning shears, the texturizing shears, bringing it down, playing with it, going back and forth, and you're gonna see little by little it's gone. It's that easy. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. Check out my Instagram, Alex Glomez. Comment what kind of haircut you guys want to see next. These are my balders right here. Just detailing a little bit, getting that bald line out with my detailer. You might have to go a little higher sometimes on the balders just to get that real perfect blend, but I think it shouldn't matter. So this is where I'm going to texturize. Right here I'm going to come at a 45-degree angle and point cut basically, but it's more of a 45-degree. You don't want to go straight into it because you'll give it more of a thin look. You want to create texture, you want a real flowy look, so that's why I'm going 45 degrees. And you should texturize all your haircuts. Give them that flowy look. I even come to the front one more time and texturize it again, just because the front, you want it to be as flowy as possible. Feel me? I skipped the lineup part because, I wanted to make this video short. So, you guys get the lineup. In here I put in some product. This is a wet look pomade. It's called ADH. It's a good pomade. This is the wet look. You can see I even put it on this part just for everything to flow naturally. Like I said, you don't want to cut that. Don't cut that. I'm teaching you how, so keep it. It's tacky when you cut someone's crown. You don't want to do it. Styling his hair, kind of just combing it to perfection. Giving it another blow dry. I want more of a drier look, so I'm gonna bring out the blow dryer. This is on hot and low speed. Just detailing, getting some last little hairs that are sticking out. Came out cool. You guys gonna see this before and after. I really got this dude looking like Papi Chulo, man. This boy gonna be pulling. Getting some last minute, some last details in, but the haircut is basically done. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Subscribe if you want to see more of these. Appreciate the love. I'm gonna be throwing a lot of content at you guys. Hope you guys like what you see. I'm out. Peace.